All right, guys, check it out. We have the first required boss of Elden Ring on tap today. This isn't really like a boss guide, more as we're just gonna one-shot the boss using all of the mechanics. We're really not gonna go over the mechanics. I do have a walkthrough that goes over those mechanics, and that will be over here on the right side of your screen. So go follow that. This, we're just going to smash the tryhards who say, oh, you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you've never really beaten a boss in Elden Ring. Shut the fuck up, dude. All right, we're using everything. We're using summons. We're using our spirit buddy over here. We're gonna use our physic flask. We're using everything, and we're gonna do it to all of the required bosses. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of people telling other people how to play Elden Ring, right? So without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and buff, and we're gonna go and get a cutscene. I'm gonna skip it. You can watch it. It's pretty dope. We're gonna summon our Spirit Ash. We're gonna take maybe one hit here. Oh, I wasted a health flask. Try not to do that, but it really doesn't matter. With this boss here, it really doesn't matter. My rule for bosses is just do damage, right? If you really want to know how to beat a boss in Elden Ring, just do damage. It doesn't matter what kind of damage you're doing. As long as you hit the boss will die. Generally speaking, you want to hit the boss more than the boss hits you. That is always great. But if you can't manage that, just hit the boss, right? Your spirit summons will do the rest, especially like right now when the boss is focused on me. That's actually really good for our Spirit Ash to go ahead and do some damage of its own. As we can see here, Rajier's taking a real big beating, but we're okay with that. He doesn't need to survive. We just need to get the boss down. Now, if you've somehow managed to make it here on accident without clearing basically any of the other content out here in Limgrave, this is actually going to be very difficult for you. It's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be difficult. So if you are following a guide that says, oh, rush down Margit because you get an extra talisman slot, don't do that. That's about the dumbest advice that I think anybody could ever give a new player to Elden Ring, right? Because you don't understand the mechanics. You probably don't even know a good talisman setup. As a matter of fact, at this point of the game, for most builds, you can only use one talisman. There's no point in rushing this boss. It's better to clear all of Limgrave and do like the standard start than it is to just rush Margit. So don't listen to people telling you to do that. We did this on a relatively terrible faith build. It's not difficult as long as you can do damage and use the mechanics of the game that FromSoft gives you and quit kicking yourself in the fucking dick every 10 seconds because you're doing something that the community says that you have to do in order to beat a boss. No, use the game mechanics. That's it. That's all you got to do. Welcome to this series where I just go through and I trash tryhards because they're actually fucking terrible at the game. So I hope you enjoyed. We have Godric next, so stay tuned for that. Take care.